Hello everyone, I'm Caroline Fournier. I'm the GM of eBay Live in the US. I'm joined by Kate Gronzo over here who'll be taking your questions. She's the head of product for eBay Live, and three of our fabulous sellers, our most favorite ones. Not really, there's so many other great ones. Okay, first, Tanner. Tanner is a longtime sales exec turned watch dealer and sneaker reseller. He discovered live commerce in 2020, built a big business in that area, and then he joined eBay Live exclusively earlier this year. You might want to get an autograph. Almost 10,000 people tend to join his live streams to watch him auction off luxury watches. Bailey. Bailey's from Crave Connect. He is a longtime eBay reseller as well. What are some claims to fame, Bailey? He is known, okay, I remember. He started in 2019. He discovered live commerce. And he was really excited about the idea that eBay might be able to do something in live commerce, but we didn't have it. So he went elsewhere, built his business. He's a sort of multi-category seller, so he goes where the wind takes him, and the wind took him to sports cards and Pokemon, and that's what he sells now on eBay Live. He is known, Crave Collect shows are known for their really vibrant community, and we'll talk about that. And then finally, Renee. Many of you may know Renee. He's kind of famous, of Storage Wars fame. Let's see, Renee, you started on eBay in 1995, one of the first eBay sellers. He kind of cracked the code. And from there, he went on to storage unit flipping, got on Storage Wars, and then he learned about live commerce, started on a competitor platform we won't name. One of his customers asked him, could we do a box break? And now Renee has bought this quite large business breaking sports card boxes. All right, so, and his company's name is Bargain Hunters, in case you guys didn't know. All right, so what we're gonna do is to get everybody a little immersed, we're gonna start with a video showing you what eBay Live is all about, and then we'll talk.
I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you're excited here to set a record on the best live stream platform on the planet exclusively on eBay Live. 42 millimeter green dial, $80,000 watch here. We ran it at one freaking penny. Do not freaking snooze. I know all of you are trying to win it. Hey, good luck.
All right, so Tanner, you've been setting some records lately on eBay Live. I think that auction ended at $76,000.
Yep.
How has live selling on eBay changed your business?
Many things. I think it's transformed our business 5 or 6x from how we used to sell. And you know, the smartest part about what we've been able to accomplish is we realized very quickly that live stream is a part of selling, of embodiment, but also it's a big key component to marketing.
Excellent.
Yep.
All right, Bailey.
This is great. Appreciate everybody for being in here, supporting Cooper, supporting us.
Come and say God back. Come on,
Ted, say God back.
Manifest it, Chad. There you go.
There they are. God back, God back. Everybody's saying it.
Wait, it's a God back.
So Bailey, what is happening here? It's obviously exciting.
Yeah, very, very exciting. So we had one of our best customers. He loved giving things away. And so this was one of our good customers in store. He was there, I think that was his birthday. And the customer wanted to give him like $1,700 worth of product. So his first box he opens, might have been first or second pack. He's say God pack, say God pack. And who knows, first pack he pulls out was a God pack right after that.
That's amazing.
Great experience.
So this was one of your frequent buyers on the live stream,
yep.
And you kind of connected the guy on the live stream to your kid customer in the store.
Yep.
As many as 90% of your viewers come back from one stream to the next. How do you build that kind of resonance with people?
Yeah, I would say consistency is key. When you're first starting out, I mean, I think the first 30 days on the platform, like you've got to be pushing every single day you need to be live. Consistency is always going to bring people back, but then after consistency, solid product, good customer service, and just good attitude overall from the streamers, and just taking care of people, I think, is really key to that.
Oh, amazing. All right, Renee.
This is why we do this, boys. This is insane. So this is what I've seen, Yankees.
Yankees.
Big freaking rude! Oh my God! Oh my God! What the hell?
So obviously you're having fun here. I think that's a $50,000 to $75,000 card you just pulled, the Babe Ruth. So fun times. But I know breaking is a really serious business. What do you attribute your success to?
Well, obviously, when you stream, you cannot care what you do. If you try to be uptight and corporate and formal, and it doesn't work. Just be crazy, yell like an idiot. We saw, this was a super high-end product. We saw the potential for the card, so I brought my whole crew in, and we were hoping it was Babe Ruth, but it was like a 1 in 18 shot, and it was Babe Ruth, and then I embarrassed myself, and I hate that clip is out there, but that clip has been seen by millions of people around the world. And it was also one of the best cards in the product.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So I know you talk about investing in the customer experience a lot as one of the foundations for success in your business. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so when we started breaking, we took a look at what everybody else was doing, and then we changed it, right? If you go to 99% of streams, they play music. We don't play any music. I tell my streamers, including myself, our job is to interact with the customers. In the breaking community, probably 90% of streamers will sell stuff in bubble envelopes. With us, it doesn't matter if you had a $5 card or a $5,000 card, it comes in a box. And then we just try to keep it family friendly. We don't curse on our streams, we don't do it, we don't get sexual, none of that stuff, which probably eliminates 75% of my competition. It's funny and a lot of people laugh, but when you do the research, it's actually the truth. So we try to be unique, and it has worked for us really, really well, that within 2 years of business, we're gonna surpass probably 15 million in sales this year.
On live.
On live, yeah. Let me correct this. Thank you. 15 million in live sales, and we are gonna double that number next year.
Yeah.
All right. So each of you has a lot of experience selling on regular marketplaces before you started selling live. I think that a lot of people would be interested in learning what's different. We'll get to that next. But you guys all believe that live selling is not only the modality of the future and what people want, but also a better business model.
Yeah.
So can you tell us why you think it's the future and why you think it's a better business model, Tanner?
Yeah. A couple of things. I think static listings and static product has kind of fallen off the rails. I think the customer experience, people want to see who they're purchasing from. People want to see, not only the benefit of not only the product, but the person. So people love the experience. Sometimes you will see, and I'm sure all of you in the room have seen, because you're sellers, you've seen where somebody may pay you a little bit more money because of how you treat them, how you make them feel. Now, the experience is what matters, and I wish we all could see what it's like when they open their box, and we can't. So that's where live stream selling comes into play. A couple of weeks ago, we had a client that had messaged us on the core side, and I said, hey, join the show. I want to help you get this timepiece for your son, Jack. And he had never heard of eBay Live, so he joins the show, he gets in there, and true story, while we're live, he wins the watch he had asked me about for his son. And then I said, hey, you know what? I want to make this special for Jack. In front of 10,000 people, I bring these Rolex gifts, and I sign them, and I say, this is from me to Jack, like a $600 Rolex gift pin set. And he sends me a message, sends us pictures, and that's what I mean. Like, you can't get that if he would have went to my website and bought it and got it and just received what he ordered. So live selling is the future. You have to adopt.
What about on the business model side? What stands out to you about the differences?
I think the business model side is not only the transaction side, but the marketing side. You're able to bring not only your traffic from people that are watching you, but you're also building your brand. So every time you're being watched, somebody's watching who you are. They never heard of you before. So now this is for them to walk away with a long-lasting impact for your business. So again, it's a big marketing push and a big selling push, as I mentioned earlier.
Awesome. Okay, on to you, Bailey. Why do you think that live is the modality of the future?
Yeah, I mean, similar things to what he said, but transactions into experiences. I mean, when you can bring somebody onto your channel and you just, I mean, we have people that come onto our channel daily. Our average retention rate across over 1,300 viewers per day is over 22 minutes. I mean, you know you've built a community when you can leave people in your stream for 22 minutes across 1,300 people. I mean, that's over 22,000 minutes of watch time per day just on one live stream. And when you can turn that transaction into an experience, just overall, your business is gonna grow. But again, when you go on a website and you just go to purchase items on a website, like he was saying, there's no experience there. You create that experience through the live stream, then you build your community, and people just want to buy from you because of who you are and what you do. And so our streamers, we have over 10 streamers on our channels. We actually run 3 separate channels on eBay Live, but our streamers do such a good job at relationship management. And I just think overall that is the growth that you'll see through live streaming.
Okay. Tell us about the business model side. Maybe how many cards you're able to get through, or time saved, or anything like that? For sure. So, I mean, when you're running on a live stream compared to static listings, I mean, static listings, there's people that can put up thousands of listings in a day. It requires a lot of labor. But if you're running on a live stream and you're doing 5, 10, 20-second auctions, I mean, you can move 2, 3 cards per minute, whereas if you listed a card that's, say, $20, maybe it takes 2 months to sell on a static listing. On a live stream, that's going to take 20 to 30 seconds to sell. And a lot of times those cards can go for at or more than market price just due to FOMO of missing out on the auction. Yeah, that's right.
So.
Okay, Renee, what about you?
Honestly, it doesn't matter what we think. You guys are not here because what we think. You need to do your own research. You're business people, right? Anybody that's been on eBay in the early days in the 90s, you remember what happened with eBay, right? Nobody knew about eBay in the 90s. Today, eBay is like the word Coca-Cola. You can go around most places in the world and they know what you're talking about, right? So what you need to do, Google online selling China. It's an absolute revolution. Everybody does it. There's companies out there that buy entire malls. A huge mall in your city, they buy everything. Every storefront is a different studio, right? So all I care about as a businessman is numbers, right? Why is eBay Live selling good? Because we make a lot more money. Like Bailey just said, we sell something in 20 seconds. We average, like my people yesterday, they were really, really slow. One of my streamers got sick, and we did $33,000 in sales. That was a terrible day, right? On an average day, we do 50 to 60,000. Good days, 100,000 plus. So you need to care about numbers. Everybody's going to run their business a little bit different, but you need to notice trends. By the way, what's happening in China right now is also happening in Europe. It's starting to happen in the United States, and people think live selling is here, it's already big. It's nothing yet. In 5 years from now, you're going to go back to this conference, and you're going to remember you had the opportunity to hear about it. And then you're going to go look back. You either made the right decision and you explored and you took risks and you just went with it, or you didn't. And if you didn't, you're the same as all these companies that said the World Wide Web will never work and the newspaper is going to stay just a newspaper. That's the truth.
Whew.
That is very true.
It's a little stressful, Renee.
It's the truth.
Very true. That's very true. Very true.
All right, so you guys think we should do it. People should do it. Very tactically, what do you need to think about when you're building a live business? Like, what do you need to do differently? Let's start with you, Renee.
I mean, see what your competition does. The one thing I do, and I still do to this day, when I see a new streamer, I buy a bunch of breaks with them. I buy personal boxes. I care about how they present it to me, how they break it, how they ship it. I go through the whole custom experience, right? And then if they do something really good, I copy. There's nothing wrong with copying, right? And I see what they do, and I try to really find what they do bad and what we can do better to offer better customer experience. Another thing is we really, really invest in our studios. Phone call? We really invest in our studios. We noticed that probably, again, 90% of streamers still stream on their iPhones. So our studios, every studio that we build out, we actually spend $20,000 on. That's for card breaking with 2 cameras. We've done other types of streams where we actually use 9 cameras in a stream. That's more than QVC used to use on a show, all with a professional switchboard and everything. So just try to differentiate yourself and don't be afraid to try new things and embarrass yourself and have fun with it. That's the most important part. If you have fun, the money will come, I think.
Yes.
Okay, so thinking about setting up your studio is one. Renee, what about fulfillment? I know you have a special fulfillment, and it might be a little different than how people do it on Core. on Marketplace?
Yeah, so we film everything. So as we know, not every customer is the most honest customer, right? So everything that we do, all the cart sorting is getting filmed, all the packaging is getting filmed, filmed, sorry. We ship everything in a box, right? People tell us all the time, why would you ship it in a box? It's $6 worth of cards. I talked with other breakers and they said, doesn't that cost you $1 per box, right? So if you have the mindset where you cannot spend an extra dollar on fulfillment, you probably shouldn't be in business, to be honest. Even though we send tens of thousands of packages, the customer experience is the most important thing. And what we try to do, once you get a box from us or a shipment from us, it doesn't matter what you spent. We want you to look forward to it. Our shipping team customizes with drawings, which I thought was crazy at first. I told my wife, she's in charge of that, I said, that is absolutely insane and that's just gonna cost us a lot of money. But if you read our feedback and comments in our chat, those little touches make such a big difference. So we figured out ways just to scale it. We have several people working in our shipping department now, and they're all artists on the site. They have to do it, so the experience.
Yes. Okay, Bailey, talk to us about the sellers. Who gets on there and sells for you? And how does that work? How do you pay them? That's a new type of employee that people looking to move into live have to get.
For sure. So we've had numerous streamers come through. I mean, we're very diligent in hiring new streamers. I mean, typically when people come in to work for Crave, I mean, just last week we put up a post and we had 15 people reach out within 24 hours that wanted to stream. Well, what we do is we vet them first, and then the ones that make it through the vetting process, they come in, we give them a 2-week trial period. We set parameters that they have to hit. If they haven't hit it in 2 weeks, I mean, honestly, don't let the door hit you on the way out because you didn't make the cut. It's almost like a sports team, and that's really how we've found very, very good streamers. And then again, with the compensation part of it, I mean, Renee could speak to this as well. I mean, the better you pay your streamers, the more you're willing to take care of them, provides loyalty to the business. And streamers are hard to find, especially in the collectibles and sports card industry. If you're not willing to pay the right people, then you're just going to have constant turnover and you're never going to be able to build your business.
Yep. And can I just add to that really quick? So just so you realize the potential of this, my best streamer right now is making $200,000 a year. Yep. My worst streamer is probably making $120,000 a year. And they're very profitable. It's the best investments I can make.
Yep. And without them, you wouldn't make as much as you make.
They're making me money right now.
It's all in the team.
Okay, Tanner.
Yep.
What about the community elements?
I love that you asked me about that. So I have a question for everybody in the room, and not just some of you, all of you. Raise your hand if you've had a guest in your home. How many of you have had a guest in your home? Great, you can live stream sell. So here's the concept of that is you've got to, remember you own the place, right? Your home, you invite people over, hey, welcome in, and you show them around, and they're guests. It's the same concept in live stream selling. You also have to remember that you're in front of people. People are going to judge you. People are going to say things. People are going to say things you don't agree with, and that's okay, because why? You put yourself on the internet. You put yourself in front of other people to talk about you and say these types of things. So the most important thing always to remember is, don't major in minor things. When somebody's being disrespectful or somebody's saying whatever they want to say, that's okay. So dealing with the chat comes with a little bit of emotional intelligence, but also it comes with realizing that this is your moment. And I think sometimes people forget when you are live, nobody's talking to you. You're talking to yourself. It's just everybody else is saying things in the chat. So you're looking at your iPad. So if somebody was watching you from afar, they'd be like, that guy over there is crazy. He's literally talking to his phone and doing all these crazy things. And I think as soon as you remember that simplicity is the key to brilliance and you keep it simple, you'll go places you never could have imagined. And then the last thing is, I want to go back to what Renee said. It would be the worst thing ever if you don't start. You have to start because you don't know. You don't know how well you'll do it.
This is the time.
Yeah, you got to start.
All right. So, to your point, a lot of our sellers here who are marketplace sellers might feel a little nervous about getting on camera.
Yeah.
Especially if you encounter a room that doesn't have very many people in it. What are some tips to have fun and therefore make the audience have fun, and warm up a room that maybe isn't really working for you?
Well, some people may disagree, but I've always said this and I'll stay true to it. You've got to be yourself, because it's exhausting to be somebody else. And believe it or not, in live stream selling, you will build a community. You will build people who will follow you. You will build people who will like to watch you next week or your next show. So if you're not the same person, or you adjust or alter, doesn't mean you can't have some talking points or get some prep in or maybe go to your theme of your show. But you have to be yourself. And that's what makes a lot of things work in this business. So kind of like relationships, right? Relationships takes two, right? But could you imagine if you met somebody and you talked to them a week and then you call them next week and then they're like, what's your name? Well, we've been talking for a week. I don't know you. Oh, you forgot about me? Yeah, I don't remember who you are. So being somebody else is exhausting. So you have to always remember to stay grounded, and more importantly, realize that this is your moment. This is your show. And as soon as you remember that and you reflect on that and you really take that to like really deep, you can do so many other things. Now, I always remember too, some people will love you, some people will hate you, and that's just normal. That's life, right? But what we've learned is that there's no better community in the world than the eBay community and the eBay buyers, and that's a fact.
It is.
Bailey, what about you? What are some tips? We've got a kind of like empty room or not much is happening. What are some things you can do specifically to get people buying and engaging?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, what I said earlier is consistency helps build that room so it's not empty. Those first 30 days, though, it is a major grind. We just started another new channel, and like just yesterday, one of the streamers only had 10 concurrent viewers in the live stream. Well, I'm texting him, trying to be the director of the stream and help him out. And he streamed on other platforms as well. And so he understands. But what I tell him is, look, you have to do things that are different than what we would normally do when there's a room of 20, 30, 40, 50 people plus. And so I tell him, maybe you start something at a penny. If it goes for 50 cents, it goes for 50 cents. You do that enough times and people will see that, and then they just start flowing into the room. I mean, eBay doesn't have a giveaway option, so the penny is the next closest thing.
Yes.
I mean, but yeah, that's one good way. Also, again, just being yourself, being fun organically is going to build that, especially over those first 30 days. The consistency, just quick auctions, also just running auctions one after another. If you're sitting there, and my guys sometimes will get in the habit of maybe showing a stack of cards. Well, when I go into a room, I'm looking to buy. eBay is built off of buyers, not viewers. And so when you go into a room and somebody's just showing cards and you're like, well, I just want to buy something. Like if they're not running an auction within 30 seconds, I've already left the room. Yep. And so you really need to be running auctions. I tell my guys, if you haven't run an auction and it's been 15 to 20 seconds, it's been too long.
Yeah. Anything you want to add, Renee?
Yeah, that's a really good point. So don't let viewers control your room. That's the biggest mistake people make, right? But I also want to add something to being yourself. Being yourself is very important, right? But most of us are boring because we're conservative, we act a daily way, right? So you got to remember, when you're in front of a camera, and I don't care if that's live streaming or if that's Storage Wars or anywhere else, you have to become larger than life, right? They don't have to like you. Don't worry about people liking you. They just have to remember you. If that is being a good salesperson or just mentally unstable, that's okay, right? But they want to remember you. Be larger than life, make an impact. And that's one advice I give to people all the time when they come work with us on Storage Wars, because everybody's scared. It's like, how am I doing? Do you think? Doesn't matter, right? They're going to judge you no matter what you do. Like a guy like me, I have a slight weight problem, right? I can lose 100 pounds, and I'm doing drugs, I'm doing whatever, right? I can gain 100 pounds, and then I'm really fat, or it doesn't matter. People are going to judge you no matter what. So once you get rid of those inhibitions, then it lets you become larger than life because you don't care, right? Watch a movie called Patch Adams. Watch a movie called Doubtfire, Mrs. Doubtfire. Those movies, just the way the acting is and the interaction with other humanity will actually help you a lot in live streaming. Because go to any streaming platform and you'll see, still to this day, like all the successful ones, they're larger than life. You remember them. You might hate them, you might like them, but you definitely remember them.
Yeah.
And the rest is just plain. And they're afraid to take chances, and they're boring, and then the worst thing, then they don't sell anything, and that's how you kill a stream. Be larger than life.
Yeah.
Be you, but be larger.
I actually, I'm going to respectfully disagree with you on that one,
Okay.
Renee, because I think the be true to yourself is the bigger advice. There are, what we see on eBay Live is that there is, people find their person. So some people want a chill vibe with just like music playing in the background. Other people, there's streams that are just ASMR. There's like no talking happening at all. Other people like a crazy man. Other really prefer a women's stream. And so actually I think the be yourself advice is is the best one, because you will find the viewers who like your vibe will find you.
And I also think really quick on that moment of being yourself. I know some of you in the room probably feel like I could never do this, right? The challenge there that I have for you is you have to find something you like passion. All of you have a business, right? And you have a business, and that means you're passionate about your product. So why in the world would you not be passionate about talking about it in front of others? Mm-hmm. So sometimes people say, I'm not good at public speaking. I'm not good at being on camera. Especially in 2005, there's so many certifications, academia, there's so many things out there to get you good, right? Like, sometimes when people see me talk on stream or like up here, I'm not saying I'm good, so don't take it the wrong way, but I wasn't always this good, right? I used to be nervous. I used to get worried talking to people in front of a lot of people. But then one time I put myself in front of 10,000 people and I was like, they're all looking at me, so do your thing, right? So you just have to find that organic thing, and then once you find that, you run.
And I want to add one more thing really quick, just to be very clear. When I say be larger than yourself, be larger than life, that doesn't mean crazy just because I'm crazy. But that doesn't mean you have to be crazy. Just open up and be open to everything and go with it. Now, if you're larger than your normal self is just to be really open and be really chill and be like, hey, what's up? Want to sell stuff? That is fine. Just don't be afraid to be larger than who you are and your personalities. A lot of people constrain, right? Don't be constrained. Yeah. So basically just don't care.
Yeah, that's good advice. All right, we're going to close with what makes you most excited about eBay Live?
Wow. You all make me the most excited because you're interested in being a part of eBay Live, so that's exciting. So more importantly, thank you all for being here and those watching online. I think what makes me most excited about eBay Live is the customer experience, but also the buyer. Remember, since 1995, we wouldn't be in this room or at this beautiful convention without eBay. And without the buyers, we wouldn't have a business. So what I have learned through not only studies, but through experience and other platforms, or really just in general, and I mentioned it earlier, and I'm not saying it because we're here. I don't say things to make people feel good. I say the truth. The truth is there's no better community or buyer than eBay. I've tried, I'm a luxury watch dealer. I've tried to sell watches everywhere. And, I normally don't share other figures like that, but, when we go into a buyer perspective, and this will put you to a perspective, on a weekly basis, we do anywhere from $350,000 to $400,000 in an hour and a half on luxury watches. That shows you, now, every show I'm very nervous, but at the end of the day, I know the buyer is there, and every time I click in show, there is nothing left. There's no better buyer than eBay. Remember that.
Renee.
Well, my answer is a little bit more shallow. I'm happy that you guys are here and you guys are all going to make a lot of money. But what excites me about eBay Live is money, right? Money, money, money. That's why we're here. That's why we do this. In the 90s, am I right? Are you guys here? We want to make more money, right?
Absolutely.
So in the 90s, eBay changed my life because I've never had to have a boss except for television. And I made a lot of money. Money, right? Now, it is 2025. I almost said 2023. 2025, eBay Live is taking over. Live selling is coming to America by a storm, and this is just the beginning. Yep. eBay is the sleeping giant. The sleeping giant is waking up. A lot of you guys are about to make a lot of money, and that's why I'm excited about eBay Live. Because I'm going to make a lot of money, and I consider myself pretty successful. I'm blessed every day, right? But I think eBay Live will change my life again.
And really quick, 2 seconds on that before we go to Bailey. This guy's on Storage Wars, right? Built a big business, many, many businesses. He's not on eBay Live because eBay said, hey, let's pay you to fake everybody out.
Yeah.
He's on eBay Live because he's building a business. He doesn't have to do it, but he's like, holy smokes, I'm building a big business here. So that's why he's here.
I'm here for money.
Yeah. So remember that. Remember that.
All right, Bailey, what about you? What makes you excited about eBay Live?
Yeah, so back to what Tanner said, I think the community on eBay Live and the group of buyers that eBay has, I mean, eBay's been around since, 1995? Yeah. I mean, eBay has built the biggest third-party marketplace that's niche categories as well as huge categories than any other marketplace in the world for this type of business. I also love the cross-category side of things. So we actually do sports and trading cards, but we also just recently in the last 3 months started golf. So we run golf clubs, golf accessories, the sporting goods category as well. And I mean, just in the first 3 months, every show will run for about 3 hours and we're selling $6,000 of golf equipment, just starting things at $1. And that's from the ground up in 3 months, running 2 days a week. Yep. So it's, I mean, the trading cards and collectibles side is obviously built up much more than that, but the second golf stream just ran yesterday. So the cross-category side of things, as they build that up, I am super, super excited. That was the first thing when I was standing in the Lowe's parking lot 6 years ago and saw a software on Facebook that was running live streams. I thought, man, if eBay did this for all categories, this would be incredible. And 5 years later, 6 years later, here we are. And hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be running cars on eBay Live through the automotive.
So real quick on that, you know, how many of you have ever went to a pop-up or anything like that, or you went to an event to sell products? How many of you have sold products, right, at a product, anywhere, right? How many of you have left with products when you leave there? How many of you left with products? See, that's why you need eBay Live, because at the beginning of your show, you'll have those products. At the end of the show, you will not have those products.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.